a 10-year-old kid at home. Give me something to go out and.
Okay, I'll tell you, if you're 10 years old and your coach says get on top of the ball, tell him no. Because in the big leagues, these things that they call ground balls are outs.
Yeah, they don't pay.
They don't pay you for ground balls. They pay you for doubles. They pay you for homers. Okay? Unless you're going to go out there and steal 80 bags a year like Billy Hamilton.
But when you're getting back.
Some players, we're going to ask each boy, and it'd be great if the parents could watch this Josh Donaldson video explaining his swing in Studio 42. It's the MLB Network. You can find it on YouTube by searching this this wording. And it's 8 minutes, and it's just chock full of some of the best, instruction on hitting. Look at his front foot. It's all the way open, but his hands are still back. And I'm going to press play here in just a second and then just let it go. But this is some of the stuff we're going to start working on in practice. At the end of our load, when the front foot touches down, that front knee's pointing at the pitcher, but our hands are still back, so we stretched the rubber band. And I'm going to hit play here, and then you can watch.
So if this is the top part of my load right here, once I get to there, now my rubber band is finished. And what's important too, what a lot of hitting coaches out there say, this, that, and another, Jose Bautista hit over 50 homers.
Yeah.
Edwin Encarnacion, a lot of homers. Their front foot is open.
Yeah, I agree with that. Clear to hit.
Your front foot's got to be open. If my front foot never opens, my hips can't ever separate from my upper half. So once the foot opens here and my hands get back this way, now in order to hit pitch heights, now it's all about shoulder plane.
Here we go, fellas. All right, we're going on a whole new level.
We're getting deep.
Here's another real quick view of Josh Donaldson. Here on the left, I've drawn a circle around his foot. Then as we back him up and kind of see he's talking about front side mechanics here. You'll see that in the video. But you see his hands back, and that front foot is just still wide open. That's stretching the band. And also, look how open his front knee is, right? So his knee is open, but his shoulders are still closed. So he's going to get hip and shoulder separation. This is one of the things we want to start working with each of the boys, unless you specifically object if it's messing up what other things that they're working on at this moment with their swing mechanics or with their swing coach.
Walk me through what the whole trigger is, what you're searching for, what are some of your keys in your swing, and then we'll come out to the tee and totally lock in on it. Run that back from the top again. Can we get that back all the way? Here we go. So what's the initial mindset? You're set? Are you thinking like weight on the inside of the back knee? Are you worried about the load, the leg kick, where you're going with it?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are going on.
I know.
And obviously we had talked about it. But I think it all starts first before you even get into the load. It's having your natural little flow, your natural rhythm, kind of just rock. And I'm sitting. I got my weight in my back heel right there, so which is going to allow me to stay balanced into my back hip. Okay? So
you're worrying about hips. You're not worrying about the inside of the back knee. You got the weight on the...
No, because once I get into my hip right here, my weight's going to be able to transfer from my back knee.
Where did that come from? I've never heard a coach, played 16 years in the big leagues, never heard a hitting coach one time to me say, get the weight into your hip.
Well, I mean, there's been a couple people who I've talked to. One of, my old agent, Hunter Bledsoe, was he liked to talk hitting and kind of understood the kinetic chain. I had a couple other people who kind of got me into that. But so that's where I want to be able to control. And you kind of see if you can run it back. Whenever you start the leg kick, it's not a quick leg kick. It's kind of like I'm gradually coming up and then getting to the top point of my leg kick. And then what's kind of a little bit different, what people don't understand is I never want to think about my hands going towards the baseball. I never want to.
Craziest thing. When you said that night.
Yeah.
Because That's all I thought about
Yeah.
was hands. I can take all this out of it, but as long as these work,
Yeah.
I'll get to it.
Yeah, so the only time I ever think about hands is if it's an emergency swing that I'm just kind of trying to foul a ball off on.
So basically-
And that's what you were working with.
I love it.
And you still hit homers. I don't get it. That's how strong you are. So if we can get back a little bit further. So at this point, when I get to the top part of my leg kick right here, okay, now you see how everything's kind of nice and
You're
tight
stacked.
right here. So once I begin to go forward, so if you can run it, I go forward here, boom, that's when I begin to my load, and that's when I start to create my angles and get my stretch, which allows, you know, I'm 6 foot, 200 pounds, allows a guy my size to be able to still hit. You know,
Talk about,
pounds.
but you're talking about, so once this is down, because you got minimal movement. I mean, most guys load or load down. You're pretty stacked right here, and then it's just a lay down and everything's coming, and you're thinking of creating bat speed with your shoulders, not your hands.
Yeah, the term that I like to use is effortless bat speed. There's times when it looks like I'm swinging hard, but for me to actually to produce that swing, it's not taking a lot of energy from me. So that's what I mean by effortless bat speed. And my bat's flying through the zone at a pretty high rate of speed. So it goes from here, I get my coil, boom. If I can just get it back a little bit to the top part. So this is when wherever I get to here and I come this way.
Yeah.
It's kind of more of a rubber band effect. So if most guys, what you were doing with your hands, if
Yeah.
I had a rubber band right here, I'm taking that rubber band and I'm stretching it this much. When maybe you have this much power, but that's all you're using of it. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to max out my power and
Wasted
stretch that.
talent.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stretch that band and still create the timing of being able to hit the pitch. Because it's easy to do it. It's easy to do it on the tee every day. It's easy.
Show me. Get side angle if you can on him, and show me what you mean where the rubber band. So you're creating.
Yeah, I'm trying to create that tension at the top part of my load, or not at the top part of my load, but when I get to the finish of my load, which is, so if this is the top part of my load right here, once I get to there, now my rubber band is finished. And what's important too, what a lot of hitting coaches out there say, this, that, and another, Jose Bautista hit
Emptied
over
a-
50 homers.
Yeah.
Edwin and Carstone, a lot of homers. Their front foot is open.
Yeah, I agree with that. Clear to
Your
hit.
front foot's got to be open. If my front foot never opens, my hips can't ever separate from my upper half. So once the foot opens here and my hands get back this way, now in order to hit pitch heights, now it's all about shoulder plane.
Here we go, fellas. All right, we're
getting
going
deep.
on a whole new level.
We're
here.
getting deep.
We're going to shoulder planes. If I'm a 10-year-old kid at home, give me something to go out and.
Okay, I'll tell you, if you're 10 years old and your coach says get on top of the ball, tell him no. Because in the big leagues, these things that they call ground balls are outs.
Yeah, they don't pay.
They don't pay you for ground balls. They pay you for doubles. They pay you for homers. Okay? Unless you're going to go out there and steal 80 bags a year like Billy Hamilton.
But when you're getting back here, when you're coiling that rubber band, your top hand, there's no like, you're just really loosey-goosey with your hand.
Well, I don't ever, when we're going terms and stuff like that, I'm
Yeah.
trying to keep it kind of
Tension
bland.
free.
But when I'm right here, I want to feel like my arms are limp. Like I have zero tension. So it's just boom. The time when my arms get engaged with my body is when my scap loads my bat and pulls it back. I don't want to think about my hands loading it, because when my hands load it, now my barrel gets messed up.
Oh my God.
Okay?
Where were you 15 years ago?
So now if I pull down with my hands, either I'm going to pull down too much this
Yep.
way, my back goes out here, and now the reverse effect of this goes this way, and now I'm underneath balls. That's why coaches say get on top of the ball, because now you're underneath. The whole fact of the matter is, to keep it as simple as possible, I want my bat to be near a 45-degree angle and I want my bat to split my head whenever I finish my load at this point. Now, once I get to this position here, now you
What
have
do
to
you
deal
think?
with front side mechanics with my elbow
Want to be
here.
an MVP in the game? You better lock it in.
This is deep.
Go with
You're
it.
getting the real deal right now.
Go with it.
So now it's
The
front
world's
side
getting the real
mechanics.
deal.
So now if the pitch, is here, where you were taught to do this,
Yep. It's exactly what we were
Okay.
trying to do. Get on
let's
top.
think of this logically. If I hit a ball like this right here, that ball's going straight down this way, or I'm going to clip the bottom side of it and pop it straight up.
Yep.
Done that a lot. You've done that a lot. I don't like to do that. So I learned from what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
So the proper way to hit this pitch, I'm at my load, I'm at my heel strike. That's what I call my finish.
Yeah, I love
my
that.
heel stroke, my heel strike. So now when I'm here, now it's all about getting my elbows in the right position, and then now I'm firing my back shoulder, back hip to this ball right here. And now it's a homer.
Now you're thinking when all that stuff's cleared and that pitch is in the zone, you take into account your percentages, counts. So you're up there guessing a lot. Educated guesses
Somewhat. It just depends on
the
who's pitching.
pitcher. But you're thinking damage at all times.
Why wouldn't I?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't I?